2 years ago, I thought moving abroad would fix everything, but let me tell you, it didn't. So here's the thing. Around 2 years ago, I've left the Netherlands behind to start my dream of living abroad. Living the life as a digital nomad, some would say. I was so excited, sold everything, packed all my stuff in one big suitcase, and together with my boyfriend of 7 years, Jeppe, we left the Netherlands behind to travel around and also work online. At that moment, it was all fun and all adventure. We visited so many beautiful places like Vietnam, Thailand, but also traveled back to Europe, to countries like Hungary, Italy, and so much more. In that time, I got my DTV visa approved for Thailand in just under a week. I built a business with Jeppe, and somewhere along the way, yes, recently, I even started writing my own book. None of that happened because I moved. It happened despite the moving around, not because of it. This isn't going to be another highlight reel or cafe shots and golden hour sunsets like the videos that I normally like to put out. And yes, I do really love my cozy vlogs. But in today's video, I want to share a bit more about the last 2 years. And I would say this is probably one of my most personal videos, as of course there's been so much going on that you don't see in videos, and I want to do a disclaimer that this video is not going to be specific about specific countries or cultures or whatever. It's more focusing on how I went from someone who worked in the Netherlands, lived my life there, had my apartment, had everything, and moved abroad, and everything that happened in between. So this is more like sharing my story, hopefully even inspiring someone who also wants to move abroad, or maybe we can connect as someone who also moved abroad. But yeah, I just realized recently that I do share quite a bit online, but I've never really shared the behind the scenes of what you see in those nice vlogs and the cafes and the things that are going on. And yeah, I hope that someone, maybe someone watching this, gets a bit of inspiration or that little extra push to also move abroad. And yes, I'm also going to tell you about the downsides and all the things that went wrong, and that list is endless. But just to already go ahead and answer the question, would I do it again? Yes, definitely. So going all the way back to the Netherlands, because that's where it all started. I lived together with Jeppe. We had this super nice apartment, nice jobs, everything was great. But I always had this big dream of moving abroad. I can remember so clearly that I told my parents, this was like a little girl, that Mom, Dad, someday I'm gonna move abroad. I don't care where, I don't know how I'm gonna figure it out, but I'm gonna do it. So when a personal situation happened back in the Netherlands, it gave us the opportunity to actually start thinking about moving abroad. So when we started talking about it together and really considering it, we in like half a year arranged everything and we moved. We had everything figured out from that point. We had a strict schedule for the next half year that we would travel. We had all the destination, we had all the accommodation plans also, we had the timeline, everything was figured out. Early on, we already noticed that we missed so much. Things we never could have imagined. I mean, we had this romanticized picture of the digital nomad life or moving abroad that, of course, it's really nice, and I feel very fortunate that I'm even able to live here now in Bangkok or move abroad at all. But it's not that romantic, or well, it can be, but there's also a lot of things that could go wrong. So things started to go wrong pretty quickly. All of these things that we really hadn't expected when leaving the Netherlands. You're figuring out life together. I mean, Jeppe and I at that moment were already together for 5 years, and we had still have a really stable relationship. It's still a big change to be together, first of all, 24 hours all the time, but also in a new country, figuring it out together. So yeah, sometimes there was a bit of tension. I'm really happy that always we just had a good conversation and a good talk and we could figure it out together. However, I can totally imagine that it's too much stress maybe for some type of relationships. So that's something to think of. We needed to leave Vietnam pretty unexpectedly and also pretty quickly. So we needed to figure something new out. And after that, our whole plan for like the first 6 months vanished, I would say. Or at least it expected a new structure or a new plan from us. And those are just a few of the examples of things that went wrong, things that also made a lot of stress and also a lot of headache. And of course, you sometimes wondered, like, was this the right step? And when still in the Netherlands, we had a lot of people asking, when are you coming back? Is this for forever? Is it the right step? There are a lot of doubts, and we were always sure, and I think that's something that really helped us along the way. And I mean, it's 2 years later now, and if I can look back at the beginning, I can only tell myself, like, don't worry, everything's gonna be fine, but let me hold your hand, because there's gonna happen so much. And at this moment, you can't even imagine everything that's going to happen. And then I want to talk about something that I've never really openly, I think, talked about on my channel or online, and it is the work situation. Because being a digital nomad or living abroad and work is a really important factor of keeping your lifestyle going. And once again, I'm really fortunate to be able to live like this. But regarding work, it definitely wasn't easy. I had my own blog at the beginning of this whole journey, and my own YouTube channel. I started it around half a year before we moved abroad. This is why I decided to become a digital nomad. Hi guys, welcome to this new video. It's finally time to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Daphne van Velsen, 23 years old and currently living in the Netherlands. But oh no, not for long, as I will be leaving the Netherlands here this summer in 2024. Why, you may ask? Well, I'm becoming a digital nomad, and in this video I will tell you more about my story and my game plan for the future. And I was completely sure that that was gonna be it. That, okay, I have savings together with Jeppe, we have income coming in from Jeppe, and I was sure, like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna make it. Like, this is gonna be it, like 100%. But very quickly I figured out, like, oh, that's actually not the case. So I needed to think of something else, and pretty quickly as well. So yeah, pretty quickly is pretty hard in my case. I had a lot to learn. I didn't really have a business mindset, in my own opinion, I would say. I just wasn't sure. And with that time, I also really lost the confidence in myself, because before in the Netherlands, I really liked my job. I really liked what I was doing. I worked in human resources, great company, great colleagues, and I knew I liked that. But moving abroad, that wasn't really an option. So I started looking at different things that I also really liked. For example, making YouTube videos and capturing beautiful moments in life. However, I just started doing it. I was super anxious for the camera. Like, I was just almost crying in the streets, okay? Because I was so scared to be in front of a camera, and I just didn't want to do it. I mean, in the last, I would say the first year of going abroad, I had the conversation with Jeppe so many times that I wanted to quit YouTube, because I absolutely hated being in front of the camera and talking and sharing more. And it just always felt like it wasn't good enough. And I mean, what are we even talking about? Like, creating videos. But yeah, the feelings were real, definitely. And now, even though it's definitely far from perfect, I do feel more confident in front of the camera. So it's just another sign of keep pushing yourself, keep pulling through. And yeah, one day it doesn't feel as awful as that I need to cry on the street. Okay, that moment does happen. And in the meantime, I was trying everything. Jeppe was super supportive, helping me along the way, and I was just there trying to figure it out. But to be honest, none of it really worked until, I would say, 1 to 1.5 years in. I decided, like, okay, I need to do something, and I started looking for a job again. Something that I could do as a freelancer, something where I would feel confident again, and I could also use my already existing skills. So I started a freelance job with a Dutch company. It's amazing. I'm still actually doing it now, like part-time. But that did bring in stable income again. So that really gave me back a bit of confidence, and also like the belief in myself, like, okay, this is the first next step in and figuring it out again. So with everything arranged with work, I came at the point that Jeppe and I decided that we wanted to apply for the DTV visa. That's around 1.5 years into this whole journey. When we decided that we were still in Romania, but we were gonna apply when we were actually in Italy, in Bologna. And I was so extremely happy when I applied for my DTV, and I got it even approved under just a week. I made a whole video, by the way, about the DTV visa in Thailand. If you want to watch it, I will leave the link so you can check it out. But yeah, we got the DTV and we decided, you know what, we're gonna move to Bangkok, because Bangkok, of course, one of my favorite cities all the time. And we decided that we're gonna rent something for like a year, stay there and just create a bit more stability. I really noticed for myself that although I loved the traveling around, I was really looking for like a home base, I would say. I still love traveling. I even now, of course, still love traveling, but I had this feeling that I was really looking for a home base in some kind of way. So we thought Bangkok, that's a perfect solution. From that moment until now, a lot of things changed again. I moved out of Bangkok, I moved to Cyprus for a few months, and now I'm back in Bangkok again, and I'm actually moving pretty soon again, because yeah, although I'm looking for a stable home base, I also realized that I do get the itch to move around again. And now we also have a little puppy, so yeah, also something to consider. But just so you're up to date, like I'm now in Bangkok still, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Then over to the emotional part of this whole journey, although I feel like I already shared quite a lot. But when I was looking like at digital nomad videos or moving abroad while I was still in the Netherlands, as mentioned, it always really focuses on all the good things and all the fun things and everything that is perfect. And it's oh so nice traveling around, exploring, working online, blah, 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 blah. That's true. However, there's also such a big emotional part of this whole journey that I really want to touch on, because I do feel that it's so important. And although I still would have made the same decision as I did now, I think it would have been a good idea to also be informed about this. So that's why I'm also sharing it with you. I would say the last 2 years taught me more about myself than any period before, 100% sure. Not only did I lose my confidence in myself, the security, but also learning more about my skills, relationships, friends, everything. Moving abroad really felt for me like stepping away, doing a step back and taking a look at the bigger picture, and also to evaluate my whole life. Like, who am I? What do I stand for? What do I find important in life? And I think, although it's been emotional sometimes, that it's been really, really valuable to me, as I just learned so much more about myself. As I just learned so much more about myself, and I'm completely sure that I wouldn't have known that or learned that about myself if I was currently still staying, working, everything in the Netherlands. And of course, nobody forced me to move abroad. I'm very aware that it was my own choice, and I'm still so excited of moving abroad. I think it's been one of my best decisions ever. But yeah, you also want that it works out. I mean, that's the whole thing. It needs to work out. You need to earn money. You want to be successful. You want to build relationships. You want to have a good life. You want to have good health. All those things are still important, but you're figuring it out in a new environment, in a new lifestyle, and you really learn a lot. And yeah, learning comes with ups and downs and just figuring it out. But enough of this whole like sobbing story, which it definitely isn't. But of course, in every story, there's a turning point. Also for me, I would say it's around like after 1.5 years with getting the freelance job, I was finding myself more and more, figuring everything out. I was getting my confidence back over definitely. And also just feeling more secure in my future too. And now it's actually going really well. We are focused on building the business. I started a business myself around 7 or 8 months ago, I would say now. And now Jeppe also has joined in. So it's so much fun to now, besides being partners, also being business partners. And it's going so well. I'm really excited about that. And I'm actually feeling so good that I'm now even starting on my passion project, something that I've been writing on my yearly vision board for years. I've been writing my own book, and I've always just keep pushing it away because there wasn't time or there wasn't motivation or like all those excuses for myself. But now I've actually started it and I'm super, super excited about that. Anxious, nervous, but I feel like it's really a nice big step. I'm documenting the whole journey, by the way, taking you along with me. This is actually the first time I'm mentioning it, but the first episode is coming really soon. I completely understand it's like a whole different side of my content. So if you're interested in that, then definitely check it out when it's coming live on Sunday. But of course, I will also be keeping on sharing a lot of my live abroad and everything that and figuring out live abroad. Um, so if you don't want to miss out on any of those upcoming videos, then definitely also consider to subscribe. But back to the story. Even with everything going so well, there are still, of course, struggles along the way. That's just life. Doesn't matter if you're living in your home country, moving abroad, traveling, I don't know, I don't care. Struggles are something that's a given. We really can't escape the struggles, but we can make it as easy as possible to overcome those struggles. So yeah, I think that's about it. I hope I gave enough details without like sharing my whole inner struggles. I hope this video gave a bit of insight. I hope it also gave a bit of inspiration and maybe even more so the real story in my case for like moving abroad. As said before in the beginning of the video, would I move abroad again if I knew all of this would have happened? Then definitely yes, in a heartbeat even. But I do think it's very good to be aware of all of the things that can go wrong and that will probably go wrong. I mean, we paint this perfect picture, and yes, I also do it with my like aesthetic cozy vlogs or like the pretty pictures of traveling, and you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. Probably it's a lot for a lot of people as well. So yeah, even though I love living abroad, it's not always perfect, just like any life. And I hope this story still inspires you to move abroad. If you have any questions of moving abroad, please feel free to leave a question in the comments or even send me a direct message on Instagram. I'm happy to answer all of those. And yeah, if you would like to see anything in the future, maybe regarding moving abroad, tips, other things, questions, I don't know, please also feel free to leave those comments down below. I'm happy to look into it. And yeah, I just want to thank you so much for listening to me for quite a while now, just yapping about life. And it's a bit of a different kind of video and it's really personal. So I hope you still liked it. Thank you so much for joining me along, maybe from now or already for a while. Thank you so much. I hope to see you at the next video. Bye.